Oh shit, we're live. Hold on. Stupid.
I always have to wait a minute because I like to see.
What's good, YouTube? It is your boy Thesis, aka Thesis himself, from Vaping with.
It's good job.
It was a fucking amateur hour. Bert, welcome to. I'm not. We're doing it again. Damn, that CBD be hitting different. You ready? You ready for this?
This is like the best picture we've had in a long time.
What's good, YouTube? It is your boy Thesis, aka Thesis from Vaping with Thesis. It's your boy Thesis. Now, look. No, same time. Once they go.
Now look.
Fuck. Sorry, guys. This is a long time since. It's only been a week. We've been doing this every week for the past year, so
yeah,
should be about ready.
Hi guys.
Ready. What's going on, guys? Sorry about that shit. So tonight, we're slowly transitioning into like the podcast. We're slowly transitioning into what I feel is a good direction. I don't know about what do you think?
Yeah.
So first and foremost, let's go and do some shout outs to my Ninja Kitties. We will be incorporating chat again.
We're gonna go back to chat interaction, guys.
Because the chat if we feel a little bit more, because we feel less included in the conversation. When I know there's another conversation going on in the chat, and I'm like, what are they talking about? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So do us a favor, do yourselves a favor, do the family a favor. Go ahead and hit the like button and let us know if you got the notifications.
I got
Obviously. Did you get it? All
Yeah,
right, dope. What about looking for my little?
All right.
Little
So excuse me. We've got Melissa. Bob is in here. He said I took a break from TikTok to be here.
Oh, this motherfucker just hit 200 followers in.
No, I think he said like 6.
No, 200 followers in under a day.
Wow, good job, Bob.
Yeah, so everyone follow his ass, B Squared Vapes on TikToks, as well as myself. These are some self. You can't fucking forget me. Come on, I'll kill somebody.
We got Tina, Eric with the CH 808.
That's that E-Rich right there.
John Augusta.
Jean Augusta.
Spiker 83.
Spiker 83. That's my boy.
Amanda 515.
Yeah,
Amanda. That's like what you call me. Amanda. Joel
Olstein.
Orts.
Yep. I don't know. Swipe
Much
up.
love to you and yours, my brother.
Much love to you, my Ninja Kitty.
Randy Vincent.
That's my boy.
Res Dunn. Wyatt Black.
What about Wyatt White? What's wrong with the fucking face?
Ray.
Just kidding, Wyatt.
Mari Rose.
That's better.
Sunny. Jimmy James.
Sunny Ibarra.
David Humston.
What?
Humston.
What?
Humston.
Swipe up, mother lickers. Damn. How do you spell it?
What?
How do you spell it?
What?
Whatever you. What did you just say?
I just told you. Humston.
Can you by vowel? I want him to tell us how it sounds.
Humston.
Okay. TMD live.
I bet Humston.
Full.
Get that all the time, as I'm actually not black. Wyatt Black is not black.
Oh, I didn't think he was black.
No, so he said he gets that all the time.
Oh. All right. Fuck! Stroke Diesel just I accidentally did some stuff backwards. Bam! Now we are shared on most of the social medias. We're going to be giving some huge shouts to the newest Patreons, motherfuckers, the newest editions. All that new edition. That's that new. But we're also going to be giving some hardcore homages. We're going to be starting basically from old school members of the militia and running all the way back down to the newest. And just in a 5-minute segment type situation, something Mandy and I have talked about for a while. I want to get to know everybody who supports us financially and otherwise. So on a genuine scale, there's a bunch of them, but in particular, it's like a few that are mysteries to me.
I know, but here's the thing of more than getting to know everybody. Like my thought of it is it creates a better, like you guys all know each other from chat and, like we've been out to the East Coast with Bob and Andrew and Justino, and we've been to the
Amy.
West Coast with Ray and Mike, and so like we've had these connections back and forth, but like for all of you guys to be able to know each other is more or less what we're getting at. Like, we know that you guys know each other and you chat back and forth. You guys are social media friends. But like, you know, last week when we talked to Mike about like where he grew up and what he's doing, like that's kind of this kind of stuff that you guys aren't gonna just like all of a sudden pop up in a Discord about like, hey guys, tell me about yourself.
I want to ask uncomfortable questions that you wouldn't ask each other. Like, you know, sexual preferences. Are we gonna stay away from that or no?
Well, that's not what I was thinking about.
Oh, okay. I was all right. I mean, well, I'm a fucking moron. Don't listen. Why are you listening to me? So, anywho, we're gonna do the highs and lows of today. Something we've been doing since day one, and I want to know because, man, here's the thing: is you can't really talk about your lows, like you personally, because when you do, especially if it involves work.
So, these are my 2 cents about talking about my job. So I most of you know that the stories that I have that come out of my work are super entertaining and something that would be very
it's entertaining as fuck.
Entertaining.
But you refuse to talk about it.
I can't, you guys, because I would never want somebody that comes to my job or somebody I work with or anybody ever to get the wrong impression that like after I leave work that I go home and I just like talk shit about everybody.
But it's not talking shit.
No, I know, but like I just don't want anybody to feel like, well, I don't want to go in and see her because then my shit's gonna be everywhere.
In reality, it's a smart business move, and I wouldn't either, to be completely honest.
So you know, like if something happens, like if there's clients that come in and tell a story, like there's things that I'll share, but most of the time it just can't happen. So if there is a low.
What?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I can. That's tricky.
Yeah,
that's tricky. But go ahead.
All right, so let's do highs and lows.
Okay.
What is that? Is that you or the dog? That just was fucking with my knee.
Oh, that was me.
Okay. My high of the day was being able to go outside in a t-shirt. In general, that's like my favorite. It was basically summer today. It was 50 degrees out. 51.
I think it was 54.
Yeah, 54 degrees out today, which is fucking phenomenal for this time of year. Here anyway.
Yeah, no, at this time of the year, it's like a miracle.
It is.
That it's this warm.
No, we should start doing a buffet real quick because I've never really discussed what I'm vaping on at the beginning of the show. So I am rocking that Nebel Feet EH Pro 200. The Smock G Priv 3 video comes out tomorrow. It's an excellent review if I do say so myself, and I will, and I do. Nebel Feet EH Pro 200. This is a custom gold one with the gold barrage sitting on top. We will be having. I put the limit to 30. I think on the $30 tier, guys. I'm not going to be giving any more barrages away because those ones are going to be special edition, painted by Palmer's powders, as well as Beauty Viking Customs, custom top caps and stuff. And I want to make sure that I have at least 40-ish. What?
They're arguing over who our token black man is.
It's China and King Cave.
I know, but Adrian Daniels.
Adrian Daniels. I messaged him today and I meant to get back to him.
Oh,
we have Vape. We have Miss Brandy. We've got Kandache. We've got Candace. We got who the fuck is our token black guy?
What?
I don't see black.
They're saying everybody's saying China.
I don't see China.
China's the OG.
Yeah, I think so too.
I would say China's the OG, but I also don't see China as black. That motherfucker is midnight. He looks like he just in a good way.
Yanni wants to know what coils you have in your barrage.
This is the Yanni. No, it's not. I did swap it out. This is a Ray coil. This is a 4 wrap. This is like a 3.5 wrap, 3 millimeter. It's just a tiny little skitty bidimps. And I put your Yanni coil in my. What did I put that in? I think it was. I may have put yours in the prototype barrage that I was rocking yesterday at the shop when I was working on the truck. Oh my gosh. And right now I'm rocking the Benthol by Rescued. And real quick, I want to give a giant shout out to the sponsor, EMB Flavor. Okay. I'm not selling regulated products. There is something that I want to tell you, Mandy. if you want to support my endeavors, is to use, Thesis 15. Do you know how hard it is to try to get around YouTube guidelines?
Yeah, it's tricky.
Yeah, Thesis 15. Militia members, you guys have your own special code. It rhymes with Militia 20. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you use that shit, because if you don't, I don't get credit for it, and then I get, poked in the butt.
Poked in the butt.
Poked in the butt. No one gets to get poked in the butt when it's not their idea,
Yeah.
So what was your high of the day, baby?
My high today was just the 15 minutes that we got to sit and eat dinner together.
Cute.
And being able to, this is the thing. It was warm out, but it was still kind of cold today. And so I drove home from work.
A little bit cold out. It was legitimately, I was drenched in sweat.
Okay. I drove home from work with the heat on and the window open.
I do that in the wintertime anyway, though.
So that was nice.
I turned the heat off in the Jeep today. Off. OFF off.
Yeah, I did when the windows were up. It got hot in there when the windows were up.
Nope. My shit was down as fuck.
And then what was my low? My low for today is I fucking hate daylight savings time.
So
Can we just talk about how stupid it is?
Daylight savings time is legitimately the dumbest fucking.
So dumb.
Arizona can't do shit right in general, specifically because that Arpaio was that not a governor? Is he governor or is he a fucking sheriff? Arpaio.
He was the sheriff.
Yeah, some dumb fuck like that. But if there's one thing Arizona did correctly, it's no daylight savings time.
Yeah.
It is the dumbest fucking thing. I woke up this morning with the worst I'm like, what? I was angry. I was mad at planet Earth.
He was hungover.
The militia live went fucking hard last night. We had Vape Court in this bitch. I didn't know there was a group called Vape Court. How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you? It's just execution via public humiliation on social media. How sad. Then I had to fucking we settled that shit like a fucking man chop. Right? Did we not, Mike? Or Ray was there. Mike wasn't there. His ass left. He was like, fuck these motherfuckers.
Whatever.
Yeah. He's like, I'm done. Deuces. Ray was there. So, guys, I want to know your low.
What happened last night?
Good. I mean, amazing shit came out of it, but it was a drama squashing and drama ending event.
Oh, Yanni said she had to leave.
But it came out amazing. It came out amazing. Yeah.
Melissa said Thesis was a perfect moderator.
Thank you, Melissa. That means a lot to me. And vodka,
Speaking he was real rough this morning.
The thing is that vodka doesn't affect me like the same way it does the average person.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, I do know that.
I can drink 2 beers and I'm done for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
And you're lucky if I get through 2 beers at a restaurant.
Yeah, I get so fucking pissed. He orders two $12 beers and drinks one drink of the other one, because this is what happens with Nas. We go to a restaurant, he orders a drink. Fine, I order a drink. And if I have a drink at a restaurant, I just order one, because I don't like to drink while I eat.
Dumb.
It ruins it. I just want water or a Dr. Pepper. And he'll order one and they'll come back. He's like, you want a second one? And he's like, yeah. He panics and just says,
I don't know how to say
yes.
no.
He doesn't know how to say no. Like, even if we're there driving, it's like, can I get you anything else? He's like, why don't you throw on that fish sandwich too?
I swear to God, I was gonna say the fish sandwich. Why you gotta?
And so he takes like 2 drinks out of that second beer, and then just leaves it on the table. And if he does drink it, he's drunk by the time we get home.
It's because beer doesn't react with my body the same as vodka. Like
I think it's your native blood.
I think so too. Like if I take 2 beers, I am wasted and I'm done. Like I'm full. Look at the skid marks in the toilet poops, the beer poops. It's horrible, man. Vodka, I can have like 16 glasses. I'm not drunk. I'm not belligerent. I'm just fine. But I still wake up with the vodka hangover, even with good vodka. That's why I also drink 15 gallons of water. I'm the water champ. Fuck Tom Segura.
You are the water champ.
Thank you, baby.
Sometimes it worries me.
Really?
Yeah.
I just drank my Sasquatch thing just when I was pooping, the whole thing from brim to bottom.
Yeah, the amount of water he drinks. We've had emergency gas station stops just so he can buy bottled water.
Yeah, if I'm thirsty, like we're stopping.
He gets really mean.
Yep.
He gets mean and
angry. I wouldn't say mean. I get thirsty.
You get hangry for water. Are you drinking warm vodka and warm squirt?
Nope. It's cold squirt and cold vodka. Touch it. Beto, touch it. Well, guess.
It's
Yeah, it's
It's
lukewarm.
chilled.
Yeah, it's chilled. It's definitely not warm squirt. Don't say that.
Mason Adams. Native blood got me fucked up. I drink 2 beers and I feel like shit. 7 vodka mixers and I'm all good.
See? Same shit. Same shit for me.
Yep.
Sir Mason. Now, real quick, I want to give a shout out to the brand newest Patreons. I want to give a big shout out to the OG Patreons and everybody in between. You guys, we've grown 7 members of the militia. We obliterated the record by 7 people.
Yep.
In under 36 hours. In under 36 hours.
That's crazy.
That's fucking mind-blowing. So real quick, as of 1:08 p.m. today, Kyle Russell, Paul, Keenan Dixon.
What?
Keenan. Is Keenan black?
That's a real racist thing for you to say.
No, because Black China's black. And his last name is Dixon. Do we have 2 token black motherfuckers named Dixon?
Oh, because that's China's last name.
That's China's real last name. Not that
Oh,
we
I
should
just
be-
thought because his name was Keenan and Cal was black.
No, Keenan's a white name. Keenan's super white. At least the
the
Keenans-
only Keenan I know is from Keenan and Cal and all that.
I've known 2 Keenans, one from St. Paul Park, and he's white. He's super white. He's like fluorescent white. And the other Keenan I know, he's like you know those ambiguous people? Like, I don't know what you are, but you're not black. You're not Hispanic. You're definitely, but you're something weird.
Got some
Eastern
olive
European.
skin.
Yeah, like Turkish or something dumb. You know what I mean? Not
Sure.
dumb. But fuck. See, now you made me sound racist.
Now you're racist and sexist.
Jesus Christ.
The,
Why am I sexist?
Lead singer from Tool's name is Keenan too.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and he's white as shit.
I've never
The-
heard anybody.
The
say
other
that.
one was Carter. Your aunt said something about Carter being a black name. Like, every Carter I know is a rich white kid.
Yeah.
I think I know one Carter that's football player who's black, and that's it. The rest of them is that you or the dog?
Tommy V, that's exactly what I said.
What?
That's the only name I know. Keenan and Cal. That's the only Keenan I know.
Really?
Yep.
You're a weirdo. So Keenan Dixon, Ashlyn, who is from E&B Flavor. I'm the only motherfucker who gets who my sponsors and I are personal
Are you
friends.
having a glitch in your
Oh, I had a
editing system again?
Yeah, so I did not put the glitch in there. I'm making a whole compilation of outtakes, which is probably not probably not a good idea of outtakes, but I'll show you guys that shit in a second. Ashlyn Hannah, Miss Rose Gold. Check her music out, by the way. She has this hardcore Krayshawn vibe, and I'm not a fan of Krayshawn. I like her as a person. I think her music is garbage, but she's better than Krayshawn. Not that says a whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? But she's good, especially in comparison to Krayshawn. Let's see. Wendell Page, Joseph Lopez, Benny Anderson, Adrian Daniels, and then of course Avalanche's OG, but he re-upped. Thank you so much, Avalanche Caesar. That's my boy. Mason Vapes, Mad Viking, Spring UGA Girl Reviews, all the way down in Bama. Let's see. CM Tina, Miss Tina, and then Randy Vincent re-up. Thank you so much, and Emily Blue. Bam.
I think you need a new scare compilation.
Oh, we'll get there. Yeah, for sure.
And Melissa wants a outtake one.
All right. If you guys really want to outtakes one, then I'll do it. I
think it would be a really good idea.
I have let's see. Are you ready for this, Mandy?
Yep.
Should we do should we just do it?
Do what?
Should I show not do the whole thing, but just give you an example of why the glitch? Because I already made that one public. Guys, I'm going to show you something that I think is embarrassing. I don't know why I do it. It's almost like Tourette's. I shit you not. That's just the truth. I don't know what it is, but it just happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and share you guys with this.
Chris Vapes thinks that's a good idea.
All right. If you guys want to see it, I'll do it. Share. Desktop, share computer sound. Bam. Okay, let's go ahead and get into outtakes.
Oh, you have a whole category.
Oh yeah. So this is real. This isn't a joke. This happened, and this happens on almost every video. Tell me if you guys can
Oh my
hear
god,
it.
it's really fucking loud.
Okay, I'll turn it down. Far and away. My final summation is this. The GPIV 3 by Smock, GPIV, whatever. The GPIV 3 by Smock is comparatively, it's basically the same thing as the first and second rendition. Oh This isn't it.
I was gonna say, what are we laughing at?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which one it was.
First one, the second, almost fucked my face up. The first one, the second one.
That's not the one. Let's see.
What is that? What is that face on the left? What is
What
that face?
the fuck? I couldn't tell you what that face was. Let's see.
Welcome to Vaping with Thesis. I am Nas into fucking horse shit.
All right.
Oh, hold on a second.
Welcome to Vaping with Thesis. I am Nas, and this is the first fucking whore that you're gonna rent from.
They want more.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
Same way I'm gonna sell you a woman for some time. I'm gonna sell you pets. I'm gonna pet your head like that.
Did you just sit here and just ramble and then just
Yeah.
outtake it?
Welcome to
Tell the
Vaping with
things-
Thesis. I am Nas, and this is the first part of a two-part series on the Voom Labs closed pod system by Ninja Kitties. Now, with that being said, fuck the small talk. Let's go and get up close and personal with the Voom Labs pod system. There it is.
I'm talking to myself.
Oh.
There it goes, bud.
Words I'm supposed to be saying.
But where's the smock one, Mandy?
Welcome to
Well,
Vaping
don't
with
give me
Thesis.
all
I
of
am
them.
Nas, and today we've got the
Oh,
first.
this shit goes on forever. I have fucking gigabytes. I have teraflops of this shit. All right, I want you to talk to everybody while I find that one glitch part.
Where we find that one glitch.
Yeah.
Everybody is arguing with you that they are the king and queen of drinking water, and it's not you.
It's definitely me.
I mean, I am agreeing with you. I
I'm the
don't
water
know that
champ.
anybody has
Yeah.
any idea.
No one realizes how much water the daddy drinks.
Okay, can we just chat on something while you're doing this?
Yeah, of course.
Can everybody just tell me what their thoughts are on this coronavirus?
That's a good question.
I want to know what everybody thinks about it.
There is a
I want to
place-
know, do you think that we should be like buying out of Costco toilet paper and non-perishable foods? Or does everybody think it's being super overplayed?
That's a good question. I'm gonna stay out of this for a second, and then I'll give you my 2 cents.
Because I know how I feel about it, but I'll wait until everybody else
Chimes in on it. The corona.
chimes in on it because I want to see what everybody else
I'm
thinks
not even
about
that big of a fan of Corona. Take your headphones off, quick, babe,
it. Why?
because I'm about to look at something. What?
Nothing. You can still hear everything. Corona is a bad word on YouTube now. Oh, shit.
What?
David said Corona is a bad word on YouTube. Just FYI. I think it's overplayed for sure. Did you watch Dr. True's Sense of It? No, not yet. I'm not doing shit, living like normal. Yeah, okay. So Tina says, I think it's being overplayed now. If I die from it, I have read my tarot cards and make sure it's a little worse than the common cold. Yeah, I think people are
All right, guys.
stupid, but unfortunately their stupidity is going to create a shortage. Okay. Yeah, okay, Twisted Hex, this is exactly what I think. Twisted Hex said, I think you need to take a little extra precaution on what you're doing, like disinfecting stuff a little bit more than you. Okay, so that's how I feel about it. Wash your fucking hands.
I wash my hands constantly anyway. I'm the wash hands champ for sure.
Use the Lysol wipes on your card at Walmart. Flavor, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. But I think the rest of it is just kind of overplayed. Like,
How would you feel if you said someone was Manny's a little bit overplayed?
What are you
What?
talking about?
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention, and
We're
I
talking
felt
about the
left out of the
coronavirus.
question.
Because you said you were going to stay out of it.
Fuck.
I think it's being overplayed. I think that people are completely over exaggerating. One of my clients was telling me the other day that she was looking to buy hand sanitizer for work, and she went on Amazon, could not find any that were
That's
actually
not true.
in stock. Can you let me finish my fucking story?
Sorry.
She said she couldn't find any in stock, and the one she did find, somebody was selling 2 8-ounce bottles of hand sanitizer for $110.
Okay, so I call bullshit. I think she made it up because that was actually a news story, and me and Tyler looked it up, and Tyler's dad bought hand sanitizer for $8, a whole
Okay.
case of it,
Okay.
and the dollar store was full.
What are you doing?
So you know the pants I put on, they're really restrictive. So check this out, guys.
So you're gonna stretch your shirt out?
Yeah, because down here it keeps doing this whole bit. I don't want that. I know. Hey, Amanda.
Yeah, wash your hands.
Yeah.
Use soap and water, wash your hands, disinfect your shit. And if you have a cough, don't go to Walmart.
Don't
That's
go to
what I
Walmart
think.
anyway. I talk about Walmart in the smock review. Amanda, did you watch it already?
No.
You a fan of mine? No, you're not a fan of mine. You're a fucking Patreon member.
What do you think about it?
Coronavirus?
Yeah.
Same thing about thinking about all sicknesses until I get it. Is it's not real. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. I don't think it's real.
You don't think it's
I
real
don't even think it's real.
at all?
It's a bunch of fucking snowflakes. Goddamn liberals. Bunch of conservative Republican cucks.
Okay, well, it's real.
It's not real. How do you know it's real? Did you see it?
It's just I think
I've
they're
had
making
corona. Did you have corona?
this morning.
No. Oh, that's right. You did have corona.
Yeah,
this
I
morning.
had a sore throat this morning, so I thought for sure that's what was happening.
If you got me sick by being cute and kissing me all on the face, how come you only become affectionate when you're sick?
What are you doing?
Autism.
Oh, I know.
All right, guys, ready?
Sensory.
So here's the glitch in the matrix. So if you don't believe that this is a simulation, then just wait,
That
because
you're a
this
simulation?
is definitely a simulation.
You are or everybody?
I don't have all the answers. I just got most of them. Okay, ready? Here it comes. Something's going on. Bam! Ready? Steady. Watch what happens. This is real. This is real.
Extra coils I purchased, I would get atomizer error readings on a nonstop basis on this device, on other devices like
Why
the
do you do that?
I can't. My brain is pausing.
Do you have Trevor's disease?
Yeah. I think I do. It's literally like it's called false starts. It's called a false start. So when I record, so imagine me with attention deficit disorder, hyperactive attention deficit disorder. My brain is going too fast. My physical body, like my mouth, cannot catch up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What?
I don't think anybody would have ever thought that.
You think so? Think I got away with it?
Yeah.
So I've gotten the comment for years. Slow down. When I was really fat as a kid, some little kid walked up to the table and said, "Chew." And I was like, "What a dick." So I was just, ha. You know what I'm saying? Make long story short, is what I've started to do is slow the fuck down. But that's also that just happens. I didn't do it on purpose. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and just analyze this one more again. Everything was fine up to that point.
at least in my kit. The coils that came in my kit plus the extra coils I purchased, I would get atomizer error readings on a nonstop basis on this device, on other devices
See
like
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
It's a corona glitch
Yeah, I know.
or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? I'm genuinely curious on what people's thoughts are.
On
this.
what?
On that. It's a glitch. Like my brain gets stuck in this thing. Vaping vendetta.
Spacious Ted thinks you should sample that and put it in a song.
Oh my god. Anyone listening who makes beats, hit me up because I'm super down with that idea. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's
Just
go
say,
and move on to our next segment.
Are we ready to talk to Ray?
We're ready. So I wanted to bring on one of the OGs of the channel, not just the Patreon page, the channel in general. One of the most hardcore supporters I've ever had. And hold on, I want to see what Mason Adams said about I Shit You Not.
I don't know.
Now, I want to know.
I don't know. You're losing.
It's the invincible cheat. Oh, up, down, left, right, arrow, BA. Bachelors and Associates. That's right. Something you might not never know about.
Rewind. about 30 seconds and go.
And Ray is one of the most hardcore supporters of the channel since day one. All of you are, but I want to give credit to where
how long
credit
have you
is
and
due.
Ray been speaking on
Ray has been the ninja since circa 2016. Ray, is that about right?
Yeah.
Why do you always look so sad?
those glasses look like a Snapchat filter?
It does. Ray, whatever's going on in the background, you gotta shoot the television, or you gotta get a studio.
No, it's you. Sorry.
Oh, it's all right. But
I like you so much that I have to have you on 2 channels.
oh, please do that. Please do that, because that gets more views.
So everybody that doesn't know, this is Ray. This is R2D2 Ray.
R2D2, that's who it's featuring. So big shout out. If you're on Instagram, I believe it was who hit me up today. Was it Paul Nix? Hit me up today via text message. And if you want my phone number, hit me up on Patreon. Message me. I don't get message notifications on Patreon, but I try to be really good about it. Every morning I check it. So if it's there, Tuesday through fucking Saturday, I check the shit out of it. Yes, Mondays is my day off to spend just with Mandy and working on the house. But with that said, hit me up via text. I'll send you my phone number. That's no joke. So he wanted to know where to get 50 of your coils. And I thought I was going to be super cute and send him like 3 sets. And he'd be like crazy, like, oh my God, that's so many coils. He's like, I need 50 coils. I was like, oh, well, I'm going to go ahead and have you message Ray on Instagram. So hit him up at RU46N2. You guys have no long idea how many time it's taken to memorize that.
To memorize what?
RU46N2.
Did he get it right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, Ray.
So Ray, what is your real name if you want to go ahead and just put it out there in the universe?
It's Ray or Reynaldo, if you can say it.
Reynaldo Lopez.
Yeah. No relation to Jennifer.
Unfortunately.
Or no,
Oh, that's not no. That would be kind of creepy if it was one day, hoping to get in there.
So Ray, actually, you know what, Mandy? I'm gonna go ahead and let you take lead on this. Go ahead.
First of all, Ray, what are you vaping on tonight?
Oh, that's a good question.
A bunch of stuff.
Let's see.
Show us the buffet.
Garage on the Edith Primo. What is the Arc Life mod with Cosmonaut V1 on there?
Wait, does it have heat sink at the top, Ray?
It has that's part of the top cap.
Does it have a heat sink?
Yeah, one.
I invented that shit. I want royalties. I invented the heat sink.
I can give you 528. I know I can give you District 5's email. So
all right, sounds good. Sounds good, bro. Once again, EMB flavor Thesis 15 coupon code. Go ahead, Ray.
That's pretty much it right now.
What do you got in them?
2 of them I'm rocking. Giraffe's Milk. It's from the spot down here, Elephant Vapor in California. In
Giraffe's
Vegas.
Milk. What is
Giraffe's Milk? Yeah.
That shit
sounds
it's like a Bavarian cream New York cheesecake cake batter, vanilla bean, all in one.
Nice.
And then in the other one, I got that superb white currant by Jabo.
Bruh, that
really
first
good
one you rattled off, I'm about to masturbate to
Yeah.
that shit later.
Yeah, it sounds delicious.
This one here is blackberry cornbread pudding.
So Ray, where were you born and where did you grow up?
Who is your daddy?
I was born in Norwalk, California, and I moved pretty much everywhere after that. From Norwalk to South Central to LA to Southgate or Huntington Park actually, and then to Downey, and then back to Norwalk before I moved out here. Whittier, and then I moved out here to Vegas.
Is there a reason you've been moving around so much?
Yeah, are you a troublemaker, bro?
We're poor.
Oh,
My mom was trying to get us out the hood.
Okay.
So can we discuss a little bit of like, 'cause you're an OG in real life. Like you've been, Sendok, like dude.
His dad. I've known his
That might
dad.
even be cooler than knowing Sendog himself. Like that's actually way doper.
Can you tell us who Sendog is?
He's just one of the guys from Cypress Hill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can tell you the story.
Yeah, please do.
So I used to work at a tattoo shop. My homie Eric, inspired one. He had tickets to go to this thing called the Golden God Awards by Revolve magazine. They put it out, and basically they don't give a lot of tickets out to the public. It's just a bunch of musicians and stuff. So walking around like, oh my god, that's such from that band. Oh my god, that's such and such from that band. And you're like, they're just chilling there, but you're trying to keep calm and stuff. And this is back when I smoked cigarettes. So I was outside smoking a cigarette with my ex-roommate.
Naughty,
And
naughty.
we were sitting out there smoking, and it's Sin Dog and the guitar player from Black Label Society, Zach Wild's band. And they're both wearing like the Black Label battle vest. And Sin Dog sparks up a joint. And I keep looking over at him, and I'm like, oh my god, that's Sin Dog, that's fucking cool. And he looks over, and he does the, you want some gesture? He doesn't say anything, and I'm like, sure. Inside, I'm like, oh my god, Sin Dog, he's asking me to smoke weed with him. Because like everybody knows Cypress Hill is, they're the pot smokers of the rap game.
It's like Willie Nelson asking you to smoke a joint.
That would be my second. That would be awesome too. And so go up to him, and I'm like, yeah. I tell my friend, hey, just come with me, dude. Just follow me. Just go. And he's like, puffing it, passing around and talking. And I was like, man, I tell all the famous people that I like. Thanks for the inspiration, because you guys, inspired me to do a lot of things in my life and got me through certain times and things like that. Especially your guys',
Hold on, slow down. I don't want you to glaze over stuff like that. Like, slow your fucking roll, man. I got ADHD, but I'm genuinely curious. Like, so when you say Sin Dog in particular helped you through fucked up parts of your life, and thank you so much, Texas Mama. Appreciate the fuck out that from Caitlin and I. Thank you, Caitlin. Such an adorable picture on their Instagram. Check them out, guys. Texas Mama. A, what hard times, and B, which tracks in particular helped you? Hits from the bottom.
Like Cypress Hill, it was a lot of the stuff, the older stuff like Black Sunday and
Yep.
Boom.
I had both of those. I had the rock version and hip hop version.
And a lot of them were actually songs about growing up in the hood. You know what I mean? About checking guys, people throwing up their set in the air and shit like that. I had a lot of things back then where a lot of my homies were in gangs, and I was never in a gang. They wanted me to be jumped in the gangs. Had guns shoved in my face several times when I was younger.
Damn.
And it's not fun, but you still gotta act hard ass. And it was things like that, listening to them saying, hey, if you're still in shit, you still gotta be hard ass, or else you're gonna fucking get your ass handed to you.
Yep.
Or shot. And so, things like that. And, of course, when you're like smoking pot, like Cypress was just really groovy to listen to. So, things like that. I always just tell them thanks, for inspiration. Thanks for things like that, because there's, I don't know any other way to put it, but inspiration. I played music. There's a lot of times where I listen to Cypress Hill.
You played bass in particular, correct?
I started off on bass, yeah, but I play bass guitar, drums, and a little bit of keyboard.
That's a little bit of keyboard.
Yeah.
So you go both.
I don't have one, but I started with the piano. My homie had a piano, a stand-up piano in his house. So whenever I went to his house, I would just play it and mess with it. And I figured out that it's like a drum set with different tones, with lots of different tones. So it's, So back to the story.
Yes.
Of Sin Dog. So sitting there, he's passing it around, puts it in his mouth, and he takes back and just takes this big old rip, and then lets it out and fucking hands it to me. And I'm like, yeah, and I was talking about, I'm like, yeah, man, actually, I know your dad. I've known him for a long time, and your brother, because not a lot of people know that. I don't know if you guys remember Melo Manés.
Nope.
Today you tell me something, y mañana otra cosa. The Mentirosa song.
Yep.
That's Sin Dog's brother.
No shit.
Yeah. So I was a big fan, of your brother too, Mellow Man. And the thing is that that's what his dad calls him. His dad doesn't call him by his name. He calls him Mellow Man. Instead of Mellow Manés, he calls him Mellow Man. And I go, yeah, I know your dad, and your dad at one point was going to teach me how to play bass when I was first starting, but he was always doing the gigs at the Verbena Cubanas. And Sindog looks at me, and then he looks at the guy from Black Label, and he goes, "Check it out, this guy knows my dad." And I was like, inside or outside, I'm like, oh yeah, inside I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah, bro, that's
this
crazy.
is the shit.
That's awesome.
Not to mention that I'm smoking pot with Sindog. That's fucking awesome. And the guy from Black Label was really cool too. But Sindog was, growing up, I listened to a lot of Cypress Hill.
Sindog, you know what I mean?
Sat there, finished smoking the joint. I go, man, thanks a lot. Thanks for letting me give me an opportunity to enjoy smoke a joint with you. It means a lot to me, not just to me, but to my homie too. And he's like, I shook his hand, both the guys, and I'm sitting there. I'm not high, dude. I'm not high at all. Like, I'm sitting there. I'm like, fuck, man. I just smoked a big ass, like, fat, big joint with, Sindog. This guy's, all he does is smoke the best green in the world. Why am I not fucking high? And I'm like, I'm just going to go to the bathroom, take a leak, and we'll go find a spot. And both of us went to the bathroom, and I took a leak, started washing my hands. And as I'm washing my hands, boom, it hits me. I'm like, whoa. And I'm sitting there like, holy shit. I was so fucking high. My homie comes out the bathroom and he has the same look I had in the stall, has the same look as I do on my face. And I'm like, did it hit you? He goes, fuck yeah. We didn't have to smoke for the rest of the evening, but that was like a pretty cool story that, I have a bunch of those from Hollywood that I've been fortunate to
that's
meet
fucking
people like that.
You and I have a lot of parallels, stories like that, where mine's a little more not as cool because I don't smoke weed like that. I wish I could. Hit the like button if you guys haven't done so, by the way.
I haven't done it.
I wish I could, because I've always, like, I guess this is gonna sound really dumb. Like, I feel like I could be a good pothead. And at one point we were smoking like a lot of weed in the apartment. Me, Josh, and Mikey. When we met, we had a 3 foot bong named Ziggy. And we fucking, I tried really hard. I just can't do it. It's not my drug. It's just not, like, it makes me sad. It makes me depressed. It makes you like, I'm a failure.
It affects people differently.
Yeah. And I want to.
It just makes me sleep.
Right.
It just makes me go to sleep.
And if it's shake, like if it's just regular ass weed, it doesn't have a name to it. It's just weed. If it's just weed, I'm a happy camper and I want to battle everybody. Black China, I want to battle everybody. But if it's got a name to it, if it's some bubble bush, berry bush, clitoris, I can't do it. It's too strong. The shit makes me nervous. Makes my heart go.
Ray, my next question for you is, how long have you had you smoked? What got you into vaping, and how long have you been without cigarettes?
Oh, wow. Shit. So I smoked my first cigarette. I smoked pot before I smoked my first cigarette. I was probably about like 12, 13, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn, how old were you when you smoked pot for the first time?
Like 11. So there's another story to that. My friend, I told you I was really poor. I grew up in South Central. So my friend, who was the landlord's son, which is essentially my front door neighbor, his dad would grow pot in his basement in a toilet, in an old toilet that was just like decommissioned, like
what the fuck?
And he would like take pieces off and just hang it outside and dry it. So us as kids, we were like, yeah, let's make it super, let's make it dry fast. So like we took it out and put it in the fucking microwave.
Oh my god! And
then we just rolled it up and used like bubble gum, like the Wrigley's. We took that and then we stripped out the foil and smoked that.
The first few times I smoked weed, I didn't get high. And it was, we were hitting jumps on the dirt bikes. Buddy had a 4-wheeler and he had a piece. And I told him I'm not going to hit it because it looked like a dick. And I didn't know what a pipe, a glass pipe looked like. It's supposed to look like a dick. It's fat bowl, and towards the tip, it got bigger and smaller again. It looked like a dick. just like fucking glass dildo. And I smoked, and nothing happened. Like I said, like the first 2-3 times, nothing happened. I think I was in 7th grade. How old are you in 7th grade? 12?
Sure.
Can someone help me out with that?
Yeah.
So I was 12, and I smoked well before that, and so probably close to the same time as Ray did. And as we were hitting the jumps, all of a sudden the same thing happened to me with you with the Sendog situation. It was like, pew, boom, pew. And I was like, whoa. And anybody in chat, I know E-Rich does, knows who Ronnie Mack is. That's essentially how I was riding the jumps. I didn't even like stand up on the pegs. I was just sitting down, just like that. It was a horrible experience. It was horrible. I do not like being high. I feel like I can't control it.
Okay, keep going, Ray.
Sorry, Ray.
Okay. No, I know. I know. I understand.
Yeah.
It's all right. And then probably a couple years after that, I had a cigarette once. I moved out the hood, and like middle school, around there. But off and on after, like I didn't smoke for that. Like maybe when I was like 17, 18 in high school, that's when I started smoking more because everybody at school was smoking it. It was cool to, smoke some pot and then smoke a cigarette after to give you like that little high after that. And then
A menthol in particular, right?
Well, yeah, Newports.
Yeah.
I smoked Newports, Marlboro Reds, Marlboro Red 100s.
Hey, real quick, guys. I'm sorry to interrupt. I want to give a shout out to John Augusta. Real quick, Bob just went up 200 followers in under 24 hours. And he just hit 17,000 views on a video on TikTok. Follow his ass, B Squared Vapes. Follow Ray. He's the coil maker of the crew, of the group. We have Yanni. We got Will Boyles. Now some Vape Life on Instagram. Miss Yanni, I don't remember. No,
forget
but
Chris.
And then Chris.
Yeah.
I didn't know he made coils.
Yeah, Bennett.
Benoit.
Ben. Yeah, that.
Whatever. I mean, if you someone who doesn't
Sorry
pay attention.
I said your name wrong.
He did. You did. It's all right. Chris Benoit. But then more importantly, I keep getting hit up about Ray coils. Like just now, like 4 text messages from 3 different people. So I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just want to go ahead and make sure I say it again. At RU46N2 on Instagram. Yes, his coils are handmade for the barrage.
And they cost money.
And they cost money.
And they cost
how
money.
many people I get that like they hit me up and they're like, yeah, I tell them how much I sell or how much I sell them for, and they're like,
I was saying
like
14 or $20.
Some like alien frame staple suka base
juggernauts
fucking sprinkle fairy dust on them coils. Let me get like 18 of them. And I'm like, yeah, I don't even know what the fuck that is. And if I did, they'd probably be really expensive.
Yeah.
But no, like I'm always down to, for the militia, I always hook up the militia. That's one of the things I wanted to say is I normally sell them at a different price, but if the militia hits me up and you're on the crew and you see there, I usually throw in some extra sets.
That's amazing.
It's not, we were just talking about that a while ago. It's not about like, oh, it doesn't cost me very much to make them. And granted, they don't. But us, Yanni and everybody else and Will, it took us a lot of time to hone that craft to be able to make them.
Yeah,
It's not like
easy.
we just not like we're just, oh yeah, they're done, bam, they're of course now we know how to make them a little bit faster, but it took us a long time to do that, and that's what it's all about. Even with Turk and everything like that, I'm always down to help people if they need it. If they need help with learning how to do stuff, I'm down to video chat with people because we need more builders out there. And granted, that would take away from me people buying from me, but I like teaching people stuff. It's fun.
100%.
It's that like you can give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day, but if you teach him how to fish, he'll never starve.
Mm-hmm.
A perfect, exactly. Go ahead. I want you to keep going with that story. That I fucked your whole.
Oh, so the cigarette.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
The cigarette thing. So
yeah.
Off and on from the age of maybe 17, 18, I would stop every once in a while for 2 years or a year, and then it'd start back up again. I stopped due to 2 people. Both of them are in the room, China and
Wow, I didn't know that.
and Nas. China's actually the first one who gave me a tank. We ended up, I don't know how he ended up with like 18,000 little mini disposable tanks.
What year was
He
this?
gave me a
Circle what year?
battery. Oh man, I don't even remember it. China will know. I'll put it in the chat. I don't count. I really don't. Like, I don't even know when China actually knows when the day we stopped smoking, because we actually did it together and we said this is the day. So we stopped smoking and we started vaping. The second person is Nas. I wouldn't be building. I wouldn't know anything about purchasing mods or anything like that if it wasn't for Nas. First video I saw of him, well, not first video, the first video that I really, really liked a lot and made me want to talk to him was the Subbox Mini kit. And
Wow.
like, hey, I ordered one from My Freedom Smokes. And they're the ones that supported Nas, telling me a lot about Ohm's Law. When I would ask him, hey, how many reps for this? What can I do for this? And he, out of all the reviewers, was the one that actually took the time to like say, hey, this is what's good. Or if I showed him a mod online, should I buy this? And he's like, that's a good deal. Buy one and then buy me one too. I was like So, you know, those are the two people who I really have to, you know, thank a lot. All the other ones, everybody else, you know, there's been supporters, there's been people who have taught me tips and tricks with building and stuff, and that's what I like to give back to, you know. But those are the two guys that did it. Smoking was horrible. I hated it. I mean, I still, it was the oral fixation for me.
Yep.
Yep. That was people want to talk about the nicotine aspect. Not to interrupt, I want to touch on that. For me, it was never about the nicotine. I would light cigarettes and just like the beer situation, and just let them burn like an incense as I'm writing songs, as I'm writing music. Had never.
The second you'd answer the phone, the second you'd get into the car, the second you'd.
It was just a habit. That's all it was.
Or if you didn't like nothing to do, light up a cigarette. I'm gonna go here. Oh, light up a cigarette. You know, It was that type of a deal thing.
Yep.
And started building like maybe like, I want to say like 6 months into vaping, because I got tired of buying coils. I got tired of buying coils from like Smock, or like trying to order them online, and you get to your last one, you pop that sucker in, and it's like a dud coil, and you're like, shit.
I hated that feeling.
And you know, I wanted to try different things. I liked building things. I like to work with my hands like Nas does. And I used to do model cars and shit when I was a kid. And
I can see that with you easily. Yeah, for sure.
And like I used to do magic a lot, so that was working with your hands back in the day, just personal, you know. So it was something to keep me busy building, and now it's become like a Xanax or whatever. It calms me down when I build. I get to like a Zen state, which is cool. But to all the builders out there, don't get discouraged when you're building, man. Like seriously, it takes a lot of time and a fuck ton of wire, dude. I went from tiny spools that were this big to, you know, bigger spools, but you know, it just takes a lot of time to get to where you're at.
That's good. And I'm glad you say that. Here's one of the biggest issues I've seen with not just vaping, but social media in general, but vaping in particular, is that whole idea, the family mentality of like, there can only be so many. No, there can't. Like, it can be infinite. Because just because I do really good micro coils, just because I do really good braided coils, doesn't mean I can make a Clapton worth shit. Doesn't mean she can make a fuse Clapton worth of shit. Everybody has their specialty. Period.
Yeah, and like all of us, I think, like I said, like Will's the braid king, Yanni's the staggered, you know, queen. And I just like building. I'm good at aliens, but that's pretty much it, because
but you've gotten so good at aliens that your handmade quality is just as good as owning machine made quality.
Yeah, that's a lot to say.
but that's a compliment. That's the truth.
Well, yeah, the only like, I don't get me wrong, I've tried the coils, are good.
They also don't.
In your barrage, the barrage containers.
You also fucked the barrage up, though. You publicly, like you fucked the barrage up.
Every single coil I build for the barrage. Like I build it to install into that. I have other single coil devices. I have devices that are dual coil that you can build single coil. But when I build something, I'm like, will it fit in the barrage? Is it gonna give me a good vape out of the barrage? Should I put it, if it's a thicker coil, I gotta go down, I gotta go down a bit so that it'll fit and I'll still get good airflow coming through. There's a lot of people don't know that. Like if you put a fat coil on the barrage, you're gonna get a little bit more restricted airflow. You put a smaller coil, you're gonna get a little bit more airy airflow. You're still gonna get flavor up the ass because it's just
I
the
just had this
RDA.
discussion with somebody in terms of a non-adjustability on the barrage, and I said if you haven't tried different size coils, then you're doing yourself a fucking disservice, because the different size coils is the way you adjust the airflow. It's also the way you adjust the flavor meter. Like that's it. Like it's a flavor meter. And to me, the coil, people still refuse to believe this. The coil is the number one aspect in flavor production, at least in my particular build, in my particular RDA.
Your dual coil RDA?
My dual coil 1004. Yeah.
No, like I remember the day that when you came with DCC, it's like you had just gotten the package before you guys left on the plane. And we're like tossing them into the suitcase.
Oh
like
my
open
God.
the box, dump them in the suitcase. And
That's
then
exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
When we got there and you got here, we drove out that day or we drove out the next day?
The next day.
Next day, yeah.
The next day. So I just put a regular coil on it. And we were at the squad house. We were at the militia house for ECC. And I was building everybody's barrage because I brought extra coils with me to give to people to take home as, coil bags, gift bags to take home. And then I was installing stuff for people so that they could have something in it. And so as I'm building it, I go, man, this would be cool to put two coils in there. And Nazi goes, it's a single coil RDA. I specifically engineered it so that you can't put two coils in it. I'm like, challenge accepted. And I did it in a single coil version and I did it in a dual coil version, which I have to send you a dual coil version so you can try it.
I would like to, because I'd be lying if I said I didn't try. And it didn't work out, at least in the way that I tried. Because I literally tried to just put two coils in the normal way.
I had to draw a schematic.
Yeah, and it didn't work. And I'm like, I've never even thought to try this. And then Stan came over with his, and I'm like, why is this one? Why is it chucking the way that it is? And I pulled the top cap off, and he had two coils in it, and I was fucking furious. It's not supposed to go like this, Stan. He's like, I know, but Ray did it and so did it. I'm like, it's not supposed to work. And it did. And it upset me.
And you get double the flavor, for reals. If you build it just right, the way I did it, I was like amazed at the flavor that I was getting out of it. And it's like, and when I built it the way I did, it was like a no-brainer and it made sense. It was like, okay.
It was not a no-brainer. It was definitely a brainer because like you did it out of spite.
No, I did it out of a challenge, not spite. I mean, I wasn't like, haha, I did it. Well, yeah,
yes, you did. Yes, you did. That's exactly what you did. Oh, fuck. I sent you the picture of it. All right, now let's finish this shit up because I want to get to the next subject. Okay. And Ray, you are welcome to stay. Ray, tell me what was the rest of it?
I don't know.
Oh, that's not my story.
I finished my cigarette thing.
So you started vaping. I want to know the year in particular.
Bob, China said 15 or 16.
Okay, that's what I figured. 15 or 16.
But we stopped at the same time because we were like buying shit. Like we still do. Like we put in orders and split it so we don't have to pay a lot for shipping.
There you go.
And that's how we were. So we stopped literally at the same time.
That's cute as fuck. I miss China.
I miss him too. I don't get to see him as much.
Because you kicked him out of your life.
No, I didn't.
You moved away from him, bro.
He has a different work schedule, and and he has to take care of his kid.
Did they get all that figured out?
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So he sees
He's
it.
already 2. He's 2.
That's
He's
crazy.
all walking around and shit. It's like so weird, little weird. It's like a little China.
Walkie talkie. That's insane. All right, bro. We're gonna
A lot
leave
more
the.
light skinned.
Does he have a beard?
Yeah, I would say,
Right.
is he bald with the
Is he
beard?
already 6'5"?
Yeah, is he fucking?
No. He's a big kid though, not like stocky kid, but he's.
But China's not that big. China's
taller
6
kid.
foot.
No, but that's taller than China's taller than me. He's at least 6 something.
Yeah, I think he's
Well, no,
over
because
6
you're
feet
like
tall.
5'6".
I'm 5'9.5".
I'm 5'10 3/4.
I know. I just wanted to say that so that you would say that.
So Mike's like 6'12" and 4/5 or something.
When I hugged Mike, I hugged his, and it was like
Yeah,
It was
we
like
all did.
Under his armpits.
I hugged him, and it was like
no,
it was like I laid my head in his chest, and I was like, "This is weird."
it was like Fight Club. When,
Yeah, it was
Edward
like
Norton was hugging Meatloaf.
it was like this stays in the cave, right, Mike? That shit is fun as
Well,
fuck. We
Mike's
are
the
getting
man,
another militia house, so
Well, okay, so I'm just gonna say this right now. If anybody hears anything about ECC, please let me know right away.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
I
well,
don't know if they're gonna have it in California with all the
doesn't
rigs that
matter.
are going on there.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
But-
We're gonna do a militia house.
I mean, regardless, we're going to California this summer. So but if they're having an ECC, we're gonna plan it around there. So
Cool.
Yeah.
You're gonna bring the boys?
Yep.
Yay.
Yep, we are. All right, babe. Thanks for joining us, Ray. Thanks for sharing your story. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you guys for having me.
Of
And
course,
Thank you
bro.
for making the militia family, because now we have so many people that we can just chat with. Something really cool.
Yeah, it is.
100%. Bob Ellis. 100%. And that's more importantly to me. It's the anti-drama aspect. It's the anti-bullshit aspect. Is people connecting. We all do a lot of different shit in real life, like meaning like job wise outside of vaping, raising families, raising kids. Mike, comes on bitches' faces, all sorts of shit. You know what I mean? We have we have people who make adult videos. If you guys want links to their shit, let me know. They, it's just like YouTube, man. They need the views. Make a long story short, Ray, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being a support of the channel, but B, being a good friend.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no worries. I mean, like, I don't know
I don't know what to say.
I was gonna be a mean friend from now on.
Yeah,
Thank
right.
you. You're a dick friend, bro.
And if you guys, I just want to say, if anybody's
P.S. We're not going anywhere.
to-
We're just kicking him out, so don't go anywhere.
Thinking he was trying to wrap up his
Yeah, go ahead, Ray.
his segment.
if any, the same thing. If you want quills, hit me up. I'm always there, and like part of the militia, I'll hook you guys up.
At
But also too, if you're
R2D2.
part of the militia, please follow me so that I can have. I have a weird thing, OCD thing. I have to have everybody who's in the militia be my friend as well, and I follow back. So, yeah.
100%. And if you haven't joined the Discord, go ahead and join the Discord. It's on Patreon page. It expires tomorrow morning. I'll go ahead and post a new one. I think it's so cool when someone's like, "Yo, the Discord link expired. I can't join." I'm like, "Yeah, that's right. I have control of that shit, motherfucker. Fucking expires in 24 hours, bitch."
Is it really?
I can change it to infinite, but
Oh.
I like the idea of it expiring. It's kind of cool.
He likes to have that permission control.
Yeah, I like that. You go murder that fucking dog. No one likes
Yeah,
it.
she's in the room. Yeah, I know. Sorry about that, guys.
No,
don't
she's
don't
fine.
She's fine. Did you meet her?
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
She's Chloe's twin.
Yeah, but she's black.
Yeah.
Chloe's white.
This is the yin
Someone's
to the
fucking
yang.
around with the mailman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Love you, Ray.
Thanks for
Mwah.
having me on, guys. I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Anytime. That right there, motherfucker. That was Ray. RU46N2.
Melissa, will you drop his Instagram handle, please, in
Yes,
the
please.
in the chat so people can go follow him?
Go follow his ass. Amy Sluit. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Thesis. I'm going Amy. Vaping Vendetta. Mike Cherokee, Texas. Motherfucking mama.
Labworks just popped in too,
I
just to
love
say
it.
hi. So
Labworks is going to be
Amy
going.
Sloat.
Labworks is going on a remission.
Yes, he just said, I'll be back in a couple of months.
Yes, he'll be back. He's getting his life back together. He is a millionaire, so I'm not too worried about him. What? He is.
Do you think that that's all that matters?
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, of course not. But I mean, like, how fucked up can your life be if you got that much money? Just get it back together. You know what I mean?
Ignorant.
No, who?
Ignorant, racist, and sexist.
I'm not sexist or racist or ignorant. I don't think. Quan, true sexist. How would you consider me sexist at all?
You guys, if I'm watching something on HGTV, if the woman, if the well-skilled, hardworking woman that's a star on the TV show
Nope.
has a slightly nice butt, he can't watch it. He's like, this is too distracting. Why does she get to be on the show?
I don't want to be distracted by a nice.
He's like,
ass.
I can't watch this. She can't be on here. Now I can't even watch this. I can't even focus.
Listen. And that's not sexist. I don't want to see an extremely like that chick from Good Bones.
What do you think that girls with nice butts can't do housework?
No, they're better at it because they have a strong back. But if you have a nice ass, I don't want to fucking watch a renovation series because I can't pay attention to the woodwork when this bitch is fucking bent over. I'm like, damn.
No. She's not even bent over. She'll turn sideways
And I'll pause
to
it and-
walk,
yeah.
and he'd be like, "Did you see? She's got a nice ass." I'm like, she had an ass. She has one of those.
And if it's just no. See, oh my goodness. She's been around since like 2014, 2015. Miss Manda. No,
She just said you're a perv.
well,
not
that's
sexist.
That's not. Yeah, see, I told you I wasn't sexist. Listen,
Just perverted.
if like so Mina, the chick from Good Bones, is my television wife. I've masturbated to the thought of you and her and me. You know what I mean? Her ass is, but I don't want to. I also can't watch the show Good Bones. It's just me. Fast forward, pause, rewind, pause.
Slave Red says, I can't watch this with a hard on.
Exactly. It's hard to work hard when you're hard. You know what I'm saying? And I want to
Oh my
watch
God.
HGTV and DIY Network for inspiration, not for inspiration to masturbate. I got enough of that shit when you're walking around the house. God, I'm sweet. I'm gonna get some ball licks tonight. So that's not sexist in my opinion. Sexist is like women can't do the same shit. Yes, you can. You just can't do
They
it
just
wearing
can't
tight
be
pants
on TV.
or attractive. You know?
You just don't want them to be on TV.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to be there. I don't want to see it. If I'm laying brick, right? But I'm distracted by her ass and I would rather be laying pipe. You feel me? It's in my vicinity. Get it away. It's distraction. It would be the same similar like this. Look. If a dude is in the room, he's got a perfect hairline and this thick, gorgeous hair. I want to run my hands like I just wish I had that. And I'm at a fucking salon. I don't want to see that shit. Get the fuck out. Get out of my face. You're making me feel hurting my ego.
So guys with a good hairline can't get their hair cut.
Nope, not when I'm there. That shit makes me super mad. Trying to be all check my hairline out, especially these ones. These guys piss me off the most. Ready?
People don't do that anymore.
They sure do.
Emo boys don't do that anymore.
Okay, well, because they're bald now. They all had thin emo hair. It went like this. And they never went like that. They purposely went and just stayed there.
With their mouth like that too?
Yeah.
I mean, all right.
Don't tell me.
So do you want to talk about Adam Curry?
So, well, actually, I would rather talk about Fuzz Nuts.
I know, but I didn't listen to Fuzz Nuts.
Oh,
So I can't contribute to the conversation. You have to wait for that.
I'm literally pulling up the podcast. The podcast.
So if
Stephen
no, we're not talking about that one tonight.
Stephen Dubnar. Twisted Hex. What did he donate in?
$13.99
Thank you
for
so
a wrapped
much,
up heart.
Twisted.
Canadian.
But he's from Wisconsin.
Canadian.
He's literally from Wisconsin
Why did Mike just say Canadian?
because it says ka.
Oh,
Are you being a dick?
No. He lives in Canada, so
I thought he was from Wisconsin.
Same thing, right?
It is. I mean, Wisconsin. No, because Minnesota's.
Just kidding.
Minnesota's Wisconsin. Minnesota's Canadian. Ricky fucking Mahoney. Shit, I just requested to follow
Some
random-
person I thought it was Ray totally fucked his name up.
I've done that before. I've sent
Yeah.
messages to the wrong people.
Okay, so if you guys listen to the Joe Rogan Experience,
The what?
the Joe Rogan Experience,
I've literally been listening since 2011, and I've never referred to Rogan's podcast as.
that's what it's called.
It's called JRE.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
I've literally been listening for 9 years of my 30-year life.
Thank you, KQ. He said you should be a scientist.
I think I thank you. KQ. He's just got
At first,
promoted.
I thought he wanted you to be a Scientologist. And I was like, this is getting weird. Okay,
Hold
Adam
on, if you
Curry.
paid me
I think
enough
he
money, I
said
would.
Scientist.
I'm definitely if there's
So
anyone
a science dentist
yeah, I could work on teeth.
in space? No,
Yeah,
science, not space.
I could work on teeth in this. Wow, Nas, we has said it multiple times in his podcast. I know, but I've been listening for 9 years. I'm an OG. Everyone else is just
Okay,
a fucking bandwagon rider.
Stop. If you go to the Adam Curry episode,
My arms are bigger than
shut up. If you go to the Adam Curry episode of the Joe Rogan Experience
Jerry.
and go into an hour and 30 minutes,
Who told you that, Manny?
I did when I listened to it today because I listened to it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Who told you that?
I listened to it though.
You know that emoji?
Because no, this is what he said. He goes, yeah, just go in and listen to like 80 or 90 minutes.
Yeah.
How do you just like listen to the middle of a podcast?
I was trying to help you because
No,
I
I
didn't think you
know.
gave a fuck.
No, but I have to listen. Like I can't just like start up in the middle of a podcast and it doesn't go in minutes. I was like, so if you go
can't figure out what 80
hour
or 90
30
minutes
minutes,
is,
hour 30 minutes to the Adam Curry episode of JRE.
the Adam Curry version of Jerry.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
Pretty good.
They talk about vaping. And Adam Curry so you'll have to touch base on some of the other things because there was a lot of stuff that got talked about that I didn't really understand. To be
Really?
honest with
Because I
you.
thought he did dumb to dumb. It wasn't the world's most accurate because I don't believe IQOS, for example, is the reason why it's
I was
happening.
gonna say there was a lot of things with like Juul being bought out and Philip Morris and all these
With
like,
Altria, yeah.
all these things. So you'll have to touch base on that. But the thing that and Joe Rogan said something that really it was like palm to face. He talked a lot about because they were smoking weed and they started talking about vaping. And Adam Curry did a really good job explaining to Joe Rogan of why there was this huge media explosion of bad press about vaping. And he talked about the vitamin E oil and the THC cartridges. And he did a really great job, I think, being very simple in explaining. Because like I knew that the vitamin E oil thing was the problem. I just didn't realize because I thought the vitamin E oil was a problem for people who are making cartridges at home. I thought people were trying to make their own vape cartridges and their own THC cartridges at home, mixing it with vitamin E oil. I didn't realize it was like companies that were doing this.
Yes. No, it wasn't. It was not companies. It was home gamers. So like trailer park motherfuckers making it in the bathtub type shit, using the least expensive isolate. So vitamin E acetate, for example, using the least expensive THC extract, and then
Yeah.
using vitamin E acetate as
As a
the
base.
not a there's a
As
better
a
word for it
liquid.
as
A
the
thickener. They're using
yes
it as a thickener.
yes but no, but there's a better word for it as the medium, the thickener. Thank you. We'll
The
just use that.
carrier?
The carrier. That's all. That's just, it's literally just what it's.
The way he
It's in.
explained it is like what made it a liquid, like what made it into It's like kind of how they dissolve it into is the way I understood it. I think we're all saying the same thing. You understand what we're trying,
Yeah.
what we're getting at. I mean, we all are saying the exact same thing. So that was the part that and then Joe Rogan goes, somebody should really make a YouTube video about that.
Yeah, and I was like, weird. That's a good idea.
But then I was doing some research about all of this. The other night I was laying in bed and there's this whole Reddit page about them trying to get Grim Green on Joe Rogan.
I think Matt's a better pick in my opinion. That's in terms of technicality, in terms of e-liquid. But yes, that's old news, and they started it again today, so I retweeted it. But listen, Rogan's only going to have people on he's interested in. He doesn't give a fuck. He has no personal interest or no investments in terms of
Who?
vaping. I think Matt.
I know, but you don't think Grim has any investments?
No. Joe Rogan.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not even a fan of Rogan in terms of comedy. Like I've never liked Rogan's comedy. I think he's a fucking hack in my opinion. I don't think he's even remotely funny.
No, I don't think so either.
At all. I don't even understand why he does comedy. He's only good at podcasting.
He's a good interviewer, though.
Which is not to say anything horrible at all. I think legitimately Rogan's amongst one of the best. He's not an interviewer. He's not a good interviewer either. He's actually a pretty piss poor interviewer. Rogan is one of the best conversationalists of this generation. And that is in my opinion, that is one of the most difficult things to achieve. The ability to create a long form discussion without any lulls is
for
not
3 to 4 hours.
And I listen to every minute of every episode. Every minute of every episode. Bert Kreischer is the fucking comedy without saying the word God. He is the end all be all of the best podcast on planet Earth in terms of just one-on-one is Bert Kreischer and Your Mom's House. Better than Joe Rogan. But when it comes to like me just listening background noise, but Rogan is amongst one of the best conversationalists. That's not hard. It's not easy to do.
Yeah.
In terms of his comedy, I don't find anything funny. He says nothing that's funny.
No, but why don't you go ahead and touch base about the rest of the topics that we're talking about and like because when they started talking about somebody buying out Juul and selling Juul and I got lost.
The entire vape community knows about this. This is Altria. So Altria, of course, owns Marlboro, for example. Altria was also I want to say a subsidiary. That's not the right word. In partnership with Philip Morris, but that's. And then, of course, it came out with IQOS. IQOS is burning actual tobacco in a vaporizer, and we saw them at the last ECC.
Were they there?
Yes, it was. You put a cigarette in a vaporizer, it heats it up as opposed to burning it. Is it better? Yes, that's not the point.
It still sounds sketchy as fuck.
It is, and it's not a cigarette per se, but it looks like a filter. I believe Grim actually did a video on it not that long ago. Here's the deal:
smokeless tobacco? Is that what they referred it to?
No, because it does have vapor. It does have smoke.
I know, but I think that's what they said on the podcast.
If I don't remember them saying that per se, specifically Adam Curry, but in particular, that portion was really, really. It was one of the first times I've ever heard someone who seems fairly educated.
I was going to say,
subject.
he said, I've done a lot of research.
Yeah, and he was but in my opinion, if you want to get real technical, real quick. Stephen Dubner, around 2 hours into the podcast on JRE, was even better. He was probably more educated in terms of vaping on a technical level than Adam Curry is, or at least was on JRE. Thank you so much, Mike Cherokee. Mike, did you say you linked something to the Discord? Were you talking about the chat, brother?
Yeah, I put in the Discord, I put the link to the Joe Rogan clip with Adam Curry.
Awesome,
thank you so much. And I'm gonna go ahead and just shout myself out. I was the first person. I'm sick of not taking credit for shit. I was the first person to drop Dr. Drew. I was in the entire vape industry. I was not Graham, not anybody fucking else. It was me. I have timestamps on goddamn Twitter. I am on this shit way quicker than anybody else in this entire industry because that's all I do is if I'm working, I'm listening to a podcast. If anything that I'm doing, there's a podcast. Man, am I lying?
No.
I am
kind of drives me nuts, actually.
I'm the water champ and the
we
podcast
get in the car
champ.
and he's like, Want to listen to a podcast? I'm like, no.
In the off chance that they're going to mention vaping, not because of that, but I'm listening for that always with my ears perked the fuck up. So with that said, follow my ass at these himself on motherfucking
I just
Twitter.
I got this was my prediction on how things were gonna go. Like, I never thought that it was gonna become like a band across the board. Like I never thought it was gonna get to that
What do you
towards
mean
vaping. And
That's weird.
like
We've
what it
never
says-
actually discussed this ever.
we've talked about it.
Never have
because-
we discussed your thoughts on vaping since day one.
I mean, when this whole like flavor ban came out, I'm like, somebody's gonna get real worked up about it. People are gonna panic. People are gonna like start doing super manic, crazy shit and like creating these flavor bans. And then there's not gonna be no media about it. And slowly things are gonna fall off and slowly things are gonna go away. And then nobody's gonna give a fuck. Like this was my prediction about how things were gonna go. And like that, like this whole, I think that's just what happened. I think it's like making its way back into people are actually, people with a public, public figures and people like with a name who are giving it good press, I think are like calming people's initial like panic about the situation.
Here's the thing: is fuck your kids. I'm just going to say it. Fuck your kids. If you're too stupid to educate your children, my kids have never touched.
But like, how is it any different?
Hold up, real quick. My kids have never touched have our kids ever? They've asked about it when they were real little, and they've never touched it since.
Yeah,
because they understand. They understand that this is an adult product.
Yeah.
They've never even remotely thought about touching it.
The thing about
So
this is,
if you can't control your children or educate your children, fuck your kids. How's that? I shouldn't say that. That's not nice.
how many,
fuck
like
'em.
when you were in high school, how many 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids do you know that smoke cigarettes? All of them?
The majority?
All of them. So I think it was, I can't remember because I sent you a video clip of something last night that I wish you would have watched. Because I think that's where because somebody said, even for kids who I'm gonna fuck this up. It was something about like kids who vape started with cigarettes.
No shit.
Like people, like kids don't just vape.
And all these fucking cunt wannabes who are sitting there at the podium via, the Minnesota hearings that I was at with Josh, saying that you're more likely to smoke cigarettes if you vape. I'm like, nope, that's the opposite.
It was the video clip that I watched last night said the exact opposite. Like some kids just start with vaping. Like that, I mean, that's just like, but the majority of kids that they interviewed and talked to started smoking cigarettes and then went to vaping, which I thought was really interesting.
This is a question I've posed that's made other vape reviewers uncomfortable. But I'm just going to go ahead and pose it now. And I'm going to ask you, just as a person, not a reviewer, anything like that. A 14-year-old is smoking cigarettes and they move to vaping at 15, 16. Would you rather see that, or would you rather see them still smoking cigarettes?
I mean, obviously, I would rather
than be vaping.
Yeah.
Now, of course, that's not me condoning 14, 16-year-olds vaping. I would rather none of them.
I'm really curious. Anybody who's in the chat, did you not smoke cigarettes before you started vaping? Like, I'm just curious.
That's a good question.
If anybody who vapes, who's in here with us, did any of you just start with vaping? Or did all of you start with cigarettes and then move to, because I never smoke cigarettes. So I get the vaping thing. Like every once in a while, if Nas gets a good pod system that's
smells good, tastes good,
that tastes good. Like, like I understand I get it, but it's just not.
Slave for Red brought up a good point. Bro, can you read that? Like it's
Slave for Red. Shit. I would leave to the bathroom with a bathroom pass in high school and run outside and light up a cigarette.
Boom. But read this portion right here.
Movies like Animal House.
You said bro first.
Bro, movies like Animal House and 16 Candles, 80 movies showed high school kids smoking.
Yep.
Should have always done like that.
100%.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
I don't. There's a few people I know that started vaping with vaping, and then of course went to most people went from cigarettes to vaping, but there's a couple of people I could think of in my head that only vaped, which is fine. It's
People who didn't smoke cigarettes before they started.
a handful. Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't even name them offhand, but I remember always having the same reaction, like, "Oh, weird, cool,
Yeah.
cool." Which is,
I mean, I get it. It's because the thing is I also feel like vaping is much more of a hobby
Yeah.
than smoking cigarettes. I think cigarettes is like
an addiction.
an addiction. And I definitely feel like for most people anyway, it's a hobby. I don't think that, I mean, it's probably not that way for everybody, but
100%. I'm the water champ.
no, man, I'm not. Yeah, Amanda said, even if someone did only vape, no more dangerous than soda. Caffeine, very similar chemical makeup. Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not agreeing. I'm just
In terms
curious.
of nicotine, right? But I've known a few people now who vape now as we speak, no nicotine. They just love the flavor and the hobby of it.
Yeah, of the building and the collecting and the
collecting is a big one.
and the
Like as a human, we have the predisposition of wanting to acquire, right? Because 5,000 years ago, we lived in a fucking mud hut. Mine used to be shoes. I can relate, and I would never get mad at you for that, right? I make fun of you, because of your shoe collection, but I would never make fun of you because I used to collect shoes too. Now, I love shoes. I still watch shoe reviews. I was just watching the R2, the V2s of the NMD. Was it Reebok NMD R2s, the version or V2s, version 2? Just watching the review of that shit, and I want them. I'm not going to buy them.
Yeah, Yenny just said, she's like, it's not a hobby for my mom. She only vapes to not smoke. I realize that that's not the case.
It's not a hobby for my mom. My mom vapes to not smoke.
And a lot of times she's swearing and yelling at him to come fix whatever is broken. Yeah. But she does it because she, health-wise, had no other choice.
100%. I'm the fucking water champ, Jeremy Furman. I drink more water than anyone you've ever met. I'll bet you money on it. I'll bet you a mod.
It would be really interesting for you to drink out of one of those like gallon marked things, so you could. But the thing is you don't ever drink out of just one glass a day. You've got one in the bathroom. You've got one in your bathroom. Just filling up a glass in the kitchen. There's always one down here.
24 ounce, just in this halfway through the podcast. That's to the back. We've been almost 90 minutes. Yeah, but we've been murdering it. It's 50 people. Can you guys hit the like button for the love of God? We're only at 47. We've got 50 people watching.
Amanda said, have no health impacts from vaping to myself or anyone. My doctors have been thrilled over 9 years. Yeah. So the story, can I tell the story about mom?
Yeah.
So,
you pass me my liquid, please?
The big one?
Yep, the big one.
So when I was in cosmetology school, so that was like 6 years ago, Nasa's mom had she had a really bad foot pain. Like her foot really hurt and she was having a lot of issues with it, but she has rheumatoid arthritis. And so we all thought that was what was happening. Her foot was going, she was having a lot of pain in her foot from her arthritis. She went in and they did an ultrasound.
I didn't even know that part you just said. I had no idea.
Yeah. She went in for an ultrasound and they found out she had basically zero blood flow to her foot. Her femoral artery was so clogged that it wasn't getting any blood flow to her foot. And so they had to go in and put a stent in. And the doctor told her, if you leave here and smoke one more cigarette, the next time I see you, I'll be amputating your foot. And she hasn't had a cigarette since.
100%.
And the doctor told her, like, I don't know what you're doing, but
6 months later, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing, but
keep doing it.
Keep it up.
And thank you guys for hitting the like button, by the way. Anybody that wants to provide direct support to the channel, paypal.me/thesis himself or Patreon. It's that simple. It's got a couple of texts. paypal.me/thesis. Melissa's got that shit.
Yeah, she's been dropping it.
paypal.me/thesis.
Renee said, I get tired of smelling like cigarettes after a night out of drinking, so I turn.
100%.
I would say that's like one of the biggest impacts that I've noticed from you and mom not smoking anymore.
Is the smell. There's been a couple of times where I've wanted to. It has nothing to do with the cigarette. It has to do with the ritual of like being with friends. Like they put
and still, if I'm around somebody and that first light of a cigarette, like I enjoy that just like first burn of the end of the paper. I've
Mhm.
never smoked cigarettes before, but like but I think it's like my dad smoked when I was growing up, and
Yep.
you smoked when we first met. So I think it's just like a sensory thing for me. But still, when people are around me that I smoke, it doesn't bother
I
me.
want to lick your butthole so bad. I want to suck on yourself.
Do you get offended when somebody lights up a cigarette around you?
Yeah. If they're my friend, like I'm like, come on, dude. I'll hook you up. You want to vape? Want to vape? Hook it up. You know what I mean? Same shit. Again, guys, EMB flavor sponsor. Thesis 15. It's just a saying. Militia 20 if you're part of the militia. This is Militia 20. Woo, woo, woo. Thesis 15. Woo, woo. Not promoting anything. You feel me?
All right. Yeah.
Bitch, it's okay, Smother Truckers. Now, with that being said, I want to tell each and every one of you guys that I appreciate your favorite Thesis. Thanks for everybody. It is your boy Thesis. We're out.